A 41-year-old man could spend up to 6 decades behind bars after he admits to killing a Pinnon's employee in January 2023. William Jones pleads guilty to 1 count of first-degree murder in front of a Winnebago County judge. Jones shot and killed Pinnon's Meats employee Peggy Anderson January 11th in the 2300 block of North Court Street. Anderson was taken to a nearby hospital where she died. Surveillance footage shows Jones robbing, assaulting Anderson, and stealing her car. He was later arrested in Alabama in March of 2023. He'll be back in court June 21st for his sentencing.